Hello everyone, this is PC Death Gamer. Welcome back to another episode of Higurashi. Last we left off, of course, we were eating rice balls and that Mio and Ruby ended up noticing that one of them had a sewing needle in it and caused us to bleed in our mouth. And caused us to freak out and suspect them more. Anyway, continuing on, we went through that hysteria. So, tap, tap, tap. Ooh. No, can't do that one. Sound of muffled footsteps stopped in front of the door to my room. A moment of silence, as if whomever they belonged to was ascertaining if I was inside. Of all the things I should have been doing, I continued on with my restless slumber. I was very much conscious, but my body hadn't caught up yet. Even with danger bearing down on me just beyond the door. It was as if I was completely paralyzed, unable to move. Without a doubt, this was sheer terror. Please just leave. Hey, why isn't my body awake yet? They came into my room right now then. Whack! Uh-oh. Eek. I sprung to my feet and threw my covers at my mom, who was opening the door. Well, Keiichi, what's the matter? Sorry. I was still half asleep. I thought it was still 1 or 2 a.m. But the morning sun was already streaming through the gap between the curtains. It felt nothing like morning. Yesterday, I must have fallen asleep right after that. Then I should have gotten a full 10 hours of rest. But it didn't feel like that at all. My internal clock was completely screwed up and my sense of balance felt off. I felt feverish enough that it was clear to me that I was still not well. Well, Keiichi, how are you feeling? Can you make it to school? I was well enough to go, but I wasn't mentally prepared for it. I was still plagued by with the terror from yesterday. If I had swallowed that needle, what would have happened? What if it had pierced my tongue? All it did was pierce the side of our cheek. There was undoubtedly a murderous intent, but I don't think that's all it was. Oh no, was it that? If they really wanted to kill me, then there were other, more certain ways to do it. They wouldn't resort to such a dose method for having me swallow a needle. I mean, I didn't want to believe it, but going that far was just a threat from Rena and Neon. Aren't you glad you didn't die? But next time, we'll use a more absurd method. I clicked the button. Like that. Something like sending a letter with a razor inside would have been a joke compared to this. Did you make it to the hospital? Did you take your medicine? Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Something about my mom's dovish gaze bothered me. She seemed more concerned about her son missing 2 days of school rather than him being sick. It was definitely mental fatigue. I wasn't really physically ill. It'd be hard for you to get back on track once your daily routine is thrown off. Come on, get up. They say wellness is a state of mind. I heard that line many times before. I was given an award at an elementary school for having perfect attendance, but it wasn't like I was healthier than anyone. Come on, go wash your face. Breakfast is already ready. There isn't much time before Rena comes and gets you. Mom's tone meant I couldn't argue about it, so I had to give up on skipping a second day. By the way, were you the one who got bean paste all over the living room wall, Keiichi? Ah, shit. You shouldn't do something like that. Your father was quite angry. I didn't feel particularly guilty for doing it, so I didn't have much of a reaction. Also, Mom didn't question me any further about it. She headed back downstairs after she was certain I was getting up. What Mion said as she left her, I hate it if you miss school tomorrow. Came back and dwelled in the back of my head. What does she mean by that? I didn't really have to think about it. She was saying don't be absent. Taking that bit further, it was the same as her saying I should just go about living my life as if nothing happened. If I showed any signs of acting unusual, it would probably result in them making their move. For example, I shouldn't pay attention to someone like Oshi enticing me with something unusual. I mean, if I didn't watch my mouth or did anything differently from the norm in effort, it would end up flagging me as someone who was not wanted. And it seems that was something that the girls didn't intend to forgive. Oh, yay. So if I just went along as normal, no harm would come to me. Was that how it was going to be? All that misery I experienced up until yesterday would almost crudely just fade away. It was an enticing deal. Just by forgetting everything I've seen or heard these last few days, I'd be able to keep living on like normal. There's no way such a selfish thing could. I swallowed hard. I was getting deliberate on the idea that I just rejected. Mina was probably a good person who had her friends at heart. She was giving me, who had mistakenly broken some rule of theirs, a chance. Was what I did really something so unforgivable? But Mion had given me another chance. She was saying if I just forget everything and kept living on like I had been, I'd be forgiven. Keiichi, your food's going to get cold. Hurry up and get down here. Rena will be here if you don't hurry. I'm coming. Crammed my textbooks into my bag and hastily made my way downstairs. I picked up my somewhat bland breakfast. It seemed like I didn't have much time. It was already past when I usually met up with Rena. Given yesterday's event, she'd probably be here in the next 5 minutes. I need to be ready to head to school by then. I had to forget everything I had in the past 2 days. Forget it all and return to my normal life. For this to be normal, I'd have to be where I normally meet with Rena. Today of all days, the rice was dry and hard to get down. Ding dong, I jumped at the sound and dropped my chopsticks. That chime signal that Rena had arrived. Mom hurried me along. Come on, Rena. Here, right here. Hurry. My mother's merry smile and my gloomy face were polar opposites. Honestly, I was reluctant to see Rena, who was waiting there on the other side of the door. The Rena on the other side was the Rena I knew. Was it the Rena I knew? I couldn't keep her waiting. I needed to do things as usual. Morning. An interior greeting filtered in from across the doorway. I came since Keiichi was a bit late. Will it be okay today? I wonder. The manner in which Rena was concerned was, without a doubt, the Rena I knew. But that was probably only as I reciprocated. What? No, I didn't mean to hit the log. Forget everything from yesterday. Pretend as though nothing had happened. Forget about the gruesome dismemberment. Forget about the mysterious deaths that happened the following years. Forget about the people falling to their death, terminal illness and suicide, the lynching, the disappearances. Forget all of it. Forget Rena or Mion were scary, of course, forget it all. Forget about everyone. Forget about the mochi, too. Forget. Rena once again asked to make sure. Can you make it to school? Yeah, I'm fine. Great. Then let's go. Ichan is waiting. Rena showed me her usual bright smile. Couldn't find any hint of deceit in her expression. My nervousness disrupted, giving way to relief. But you see, Sakuto was so insistent she could do it. We were walking around and talked about a lot of different stuff, more so than usual. Then, Sakuto was clumsy, so she failed no matter how many times she tried. She was so cute. Everything Rena talked about was just silly nonsense, so I just replied every so often with often laughed from time to time. It was rare laid-back conversation. We passed by one of our neighbors and they called out to us. Oh my, Keiichi, aren't you two a bit late today? Mia said she was going on ahead. Did Michan look mad, I wonder? Will you hurry up, Keiichi? As we smiled and parted ways with our neighbor, they turned back towards me and stuck out a tongue. Not expecting that, I couldn't help but crack a smile. Keiichi smiled. What? Rena stopped and stared at me. I was thinking you haven't recovered from your cold since you seemed down this morning, Keiichi. But now you seem fine. With a grin, she gently poked my cheek. It was a bright, sincere smile. Ugh. Hey, Keiichi. How can you still doubt Rena after she shows you a smile like that? Maybe I just had a high fever up until today. And I imagine everything that I thought happened because I was bedridden and delirious. I really hope that was the case. God would grant me just one wish. There's only one thing I would wish for. I would want what had happened the past few days, more specifically from the night of the Watashi up until last night. I want it all to have never happened. I wonder how many times I wished for these things. These past few days. Good to me. Sorry about that. As long as Rena kept on smiling like that, I think it might just become reality. So I wanted Rena to keep on smiling. So Keiichi. There was much yesterday. Did you eat them all? That vain wish of mine was instantly shattered. My heart began palpitating. The relaxed morning mood suddenly became frigid. Rena's smile was the same as usual. Her eyes were gentle as usual. As much yesterday. Did you eat them all? Of course, she wasn't asking the question at face value. In other words, Rena was asking, did you get the message? She was probably trying to convey that. Keiichi? I was reluctant to give an answer. Rena stopped walking and stared deeply into my eyes. Don't hesitate, Keiichi. Rena was acting the same as always, wasn't she? I need to respond in my usual way. Naturally, of course. Both my throat and mouth had gone dry, and my lips were stuck together. Hurry and answer, Keiichi. For that much time has passed, I could still keep the conversation going naturally. I had to say something quickly. D? We're gonna play a few mimic what I said when I finally squeaked something out. Rena's reaction was still normal, seeing that there wasn't as long as a pause as I had thought. Somehow I finally squeaked out the rest. Delicious. However, my strained efforts neither stole nor brightened Rena's expression. For a moment, I panicked, thinking I had replied incorrectly. But after a few moments, why am I getting tongue-tied? Rena broke into her usual soft smile and giggled with a joyful voice that seemed to echo through the morning air. Being strung along by that laugh, I couldn't help but laugh as well. I see. So did you eat all of them? I wonder. My tiny smile froze again. Did she make it without swallowing the sewing needle? Was that what she was asking? If I had swallowed it, then I wouldn't be here. Nah, I couldn't finish all of them. There's still some left. I was scared on my wits, but that's how I played it. Huh? What about the homework? To see if you could tell which one Rena made. That homework? Was it due today? Yeah, it's due today. Each time will get angry. There's probably a penalty game ready for you. Nah, shit. We both laughed at each other again. To the casual observer, it was just a typical morning. If I could just let myself believe, then even I'd think that it was just a usual morning routine. But I was certain I wasn't mistaken. There was something unimaginable buried beneath the facade of this giggling Rena. Lies. I recalled that unexpected piercing voice that I could hardly believe came from Rena's mouth. The moment that image crossed my mind, I felt a cold sweat trickled down my back. Was it only at that particular time that something evil had possessed Rena? No, that was wrong. That was still Rena. Oh, she told me, didn't he? Actually, I looked into her both. Before Higurashi moved away to town, she was suspended from school. It seems she went through her school building and broke all the windows. Rena had this order that normal people didn't. No matter how pleasantly she smiled, that fact would not change. But I could not imagine how she looked as she broke all the glass through out the school. One thing I knew was that It wasn't something spur of the moment. If it was some sudden outburst of anger, then maybe she'd break a pane or two. But she broke all the windows all throughout her school. Just imagine going through your school breaking the windows with the bat. Swinging full force at each pane of glass, one after another, paying no heed to the flying shards. Her classmates, the guests, unable to move from the sudden turn of events, wondered where she could have found the most windows lined up in a row. Probably the hallway. Smash, walks. Wind up, smash, walk. Wind up. It was difficult for me to connect that horrifying image with Dorena smiling at me right now. But I just had to imagine it. Impossible because it was unimaginable. That naive way of thinking no longer worked. The unpleasant piercing sound of shattered glass. The crunchy noises were in a tread across the broken shards walking towards me. Rena's classmates going pale as they forget to even breathe. I wondered what they did as Rena came closer, breaking windows along her path. Did they ever try to bring her to her senses by saying something? Or did they jump at her trying to stop her savagery? Or did they run to the staff room after being directed there by the teachers? Probably none of those. In the face of that blood-curdling sight of Rena busting window after window, undoubtedly all they could do was silently clear a path for her. Dumbfounded, just clearing the path for Rena to continue. It was far too violent an act for them to seek refuge by looking the other way. That's not to say they were looking the other way. They were doing the only thing they could do to protect themselves. They had done something differently from the rest. They may have suddenly found themselves as Rena's new target. What would Rena have done to whoever attracted her attention? The answer was obvious. She would have undoubtedly acted according to her whims. Meaning I would be the next window. Rena stared into my eyes, shards of glass crunching and crackling underfoot. She drew closer. I was also drawn into her eyes, paralyzed. Then Rena struck me with that over and over again, like I was one of those windows. I crouched down on the floor, desperately protecting my head. Rena didn't care whether it was my head or my back. Zealously, she hit me again and again. Whack. Whack. What kind of expression was she making as she was doing this over and over again? I peered up to see. Her expression was so indifferent, it was completely unnerving. It's because no matter how many times she struck me, I didn't make it as pleasant a sound as the other windows. Whack, 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 whack. She struck me continuously over and over again. The sound ran away and didn't come out. Our classmates standing around didn't try to stop her. They didn't want to be the next window. Somebody save me. Turning a blind eye unless we're hanging out. Of course, everyone in class scrambled to obtain the highest standardized test scores. They gained nothing from staying in a cramped school, try hard like me. Whack. Eventually, there would be a faint sound similar to when cracking on the walnut as some sort of reddish-black spray would shoot out. Anyway, it wasn't that Rena momentarily lost herself in her anger. Therefore, forcing myself to breathe and calming down my heart, or called what she told me. And in the counselor's medical report, he recorded all the conversation he had with Rena. It shows up in quite a bit of that. What does? She mentioned the word Oashira. Following that, Rena was suspended and had regular examinations at the hospital. Then, as Rena was undergoing counseling, she said it over and over. Oashira. Seems that the Oashiro she spoke of was like ghosts appearing in her house every night, sitting over her pillow looking down at her. That was only a piece of their conversation, so I still couldn't see the big picture, but it was by no means a happy conversation. Then what Rena did? Was she saying that ghastly incident was a result of her being possessed by Oashiro? Up until now, I didn't want to believe in Oashiro's curse. That's why I want to say that the mysterious death every year happened because of some sort of conspiracy. Every time I talked with Oshi, I was more concerned it's just for the work of men and not some curse, except it was people perpetrating the incidents. My friends were somehow deeply connected.
If I refused to believe that the curse was real, then I would have to believe those who acted their kindness to me were deeply involved in the incidents. Why? How? For what reason? Was Rena? Was everybody? It was much more painful and troublesome than accepting that it was just Urashiro's curse. In aftermath, Rena had admitted to her doctor that it was because she was possessed by Urashiro. I felt a strange sense of relief from that. So that's how it was. There wasn't a second side to Rena. She did that because she was possessed by something strange like Urashiro. It wasn't Rena's fault. Urashiro was the one to blame. I knew. This was all backwards. Refusing to believe there was a curse, I wanted there to be a human perpetrator. Now that my close friends were the ones under suspicion, I changed my beliefs at my own convinced, saying it was Urashiro's curse to blame. Which is a better choice, accepting that Urashiro's curse exists, or that Rena and the rest of them were deeply involved in the string of mysterious death. I didn't want to think about it, if I just didn't think about it, I'd be able to continue the same as always. I wanted to believe that, but that was no longer possible. I had received their message. It was pathetic of me to try and bend the meaning to my own convenience. Regardless of my opponent being a human or a curse, I won't let it kill me. As if I would just bend over and give in. For no reason. No good reason at all. Okay. Well, I'm going to end this here. When we do come back, we'll continue on with our reaction in that. Just so everyone can at least know. Damn phone. But anyway, I do hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like or a comment below. As always, if there's something that you want to see me play, do let me know in the comments below, or you can message me. Anyway, this is PC Death there. As always, hope you enjoyed and keep playing on. See yas.